grandest to my family. Uh, I wanted to just bring something to your attention real quick about tomorrow. There will be a 48-hour fast. Started today. I wanted to do the second video yesterday to talk about it. But what we're going to end up doing is, let me pause this. Hold on a second. I had something for you guys to hear real quick. Okay, so what we're going to end up doing, if you haven't, it's pretty early. Hopefully, you guys haven't eaten anything. I'm going to get into this. We're going to start a fast this morning for 24 hours. If you're not able to start today, you can start at midnight tonight. I did start last night at midnight. And basically, we are going to do a constant energy rising for something that we want in our communities. We all have an idea. We're all on the same page. We should not even have to talk about it because we don't want any interference into anything that we are doing. When you speak things out into the atmosphere, then you get, a little bit of interference sometime when it comes to what's going on. So what we're going to make sure that we're doing is edifying ourselves with the perfect and proper information, right? I got something I want you guys to see, and I'm going to get your input on this before we get into this. Let this chat build up a bit before we can discuss this. 12, 12, 21, intervention, 333, perfect 9, sequence day. There is a sequence when it comes to numbers and numerology and things that you're doing. I am started, me and a few, not just me, but me and a couple of other people started at midnight. If you haven't eaten, you can actually start. Even if you've eaten, you can still start today. Fast is all based off of what you're wanting to give up. So if you've eaten today, you can actually maybe eliminate the rest of the things for today. We can discuss this as well. Love, peace, and war to you too, brother. Rashawn, peace, peace. There go my bro, DJ ZPE. What's good, bro? Yes, yes. Peace, love, blessings, energy, grandest of risings, and perfect storm for everything that's to come. Y'all know we calm the horizons. We make sure everything is like what it should be, right? So let's do this, y'all. We're going to get into this video real quick. It's only a few minutes. It's not a few minutes, but it's about 20 minutes. We may or may not listen to the whole thing. I heard a little bit of it, and I just thought it was very interesting to hear this information. So I'm going to go ahead and share this, guys. Let's get to it.
Algeria was colonized by the French. Morocco is the same. Nigeria was colonized by the English.
Yeah, no, it's Senegal, Mali.
Let me talk.
You're telling me no, like you.
No, not monopoly on that. That's
half an hour.
Yeah, no, I
suffered as well.
That's not what I'm saying. That wasn't what I was saying. About other people.
Sudan. You want to talk about just Sudan?
No, because we're talking about Africa. So why would we bring up Ireland? Why would we bring up Ireland?
Because you're talking about colonization.
No, I was talking about in the context of Africa. We don't. If we could talk about everyone, we could talk about Japan if we wanted to.
So
They were
let's talk in the
colonized
context
too.
of
But that's
Africa.
not what we're doing. So I assumed that that's what we are at. So I don't know why you're going to other
You didn't provide me any evidence.
What is evidence? You didn't provide me a picture isn't evidence. I asked you before. I asked you exactly. I asked you 20 minutes ago for citation. You never gave me a single citation. Okay, give me the name of the professor, the work, and the year.
No,
so then
I don't.
know.
That regardless.
That's Wikipedia. That's not a citation. Wikipedia is not an academic source.
She could write
Wikipedia is not an academic source. So you're gonna have to find me somewhere else.
Regardless of how much Sudan suffered.
I'm not talking about Sudan.
Okay, so then what? Okay.
I'm
What's the aim of
I'm
this
saying,
conversation?
That's why I went on to Libya. What I was saying, that's how you can tell the difference. It's because the people that come as colonists, like when the Arabs and the French came,
Okay.
as colonists.
Yeah. He's not a colonizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And Gaddafi's heritage isn't from Africa.
it's not.
His
Where's
heritage
he
is from
Is
where?
he from Italy?
I don't know. Where's the name Gaddafi come from?
Gaddafi's Libyan. It's a Libyan name. It's a Libyan family name. It is. It's a
I think
tribe.
you guys keep
Gaddafi
forgetting that
basically
the North
is a
Africa was
tribe.
colonized by Arabs.
We're colonized by Arabs, we're colonized by French, majority of us.
Gazafa to throw. It's an Arabic name. It means to throw.
It's Arabic. Arabic is
It's
not,
a tribe, but its tribe is called Al Gazafa.
Africa does not have any foundation in any African language. It doesn't at all. No,
It doesn't have
it
any?
doesn't have foundation within the native African language. It doesn't.
Which one, Berber?
Saha. So how is
I don't know what Saha means.
So thank you. So how is North African not
yes
African?
or no? Yes or no? Arabic,
Yes.
Arabic yes or no?
So how
See,
is
they
North
are
African?
This, if I can come in
they're
here.
putting the history of North
Okay, if-
Africa in the entirety of Africa, which isn't the case.
No,
which is
no,
what
I'm not
they're
doing
trying
that.
to
I'm not doing that. I spoke.
They don't want to listen. Look, the the beauty of this discussion,
There's
I
nothing
know,
beautiful
it's, no,
about this
it's
discussion.
beautiful.
There's nothing beautiful about this discussion.
No, we're not fighting.
I lost length in my afro.
You done good.
We're not-
You done good.
we're
You
not-
done good. She handled everybody. Sister, you handle.
I should, mate.
Come, let's keep it here. You handle this whole crowd. I was in awe. I was having a conversation back there, but one of my ears was tuned into what you were saying, and you were making a lot of very interesting points. Now, the problem, as I was saying, I think you were at the fringe of my conversation. My voice
Yes,
is
I
gone
was, yeah.
because I had one before you came, and I was saying to this young written records. People are reaching for a lot of speculation,
Yeah, like
and on
Wikipedia.
top, which they generate. No, that's written. I'm talking about in the
Wikipedia is not written.
the pre. No, could
What about coins?
Let
I'm
him
trying
finish.
to.
What about ancient coins?
Have some respect.
What I'm trying to explain, there are things. What we're discussing here. For now, we can only use this discussion as placeholders. This is what we know. Like when I was at university, we didn't have genetic anthropology. When that was invented or developed, we learned new things about Homo sapiens that we were not taught in the 1980s. So a lot of what we're discussing here, let us accept our limitations that will we can assert it. By using supposition, we have to admit that we are in the realm of supposition. When it comes to as an Afrocentrist, I am in the midst of people who assert that the entire continent of Africa, here the placeholder and forgive it, was Negroid. group. Now, that too may change. I'm just telling you the latest research. That's not conclusive. So, that's one argument for a black origin of Berbers. That's one argument. However, we don't have any historical record. First Berber being from anywhere else. When some of them say we are from Ham, it's just like the Yoruba saying we come from Mecca. From Mecca. A couple Yoruba could have come from Mecca. But because of the placed of spiritual direction, Mecca and Jerusalem makes those. We are left with trying to understand, are these were North Africans always white, see my fingers, or did they displace Negroid Autochthons? We have no record of that ever happening so far. Remember, I'm cautious with what I'm saying. Yes. So far, there is no record of North Africa being Negroid, and they were being displaced by Berberic, Amazigh-looking people. There is no evidence of that. What the evidence we have up to date is Arabicized. They were chased out of Egypt by the Mamluk Sultan. Some of them remained in Libya as Cyrenaica Bedu. And the rest of them, because they were against principalities, they pushed into the open desert and ended up in Mauritania and Sahrawi. And they enslaved his people and then enslaved they married into his people and they kept the black. That's why you have slavery today in Mauritania. It was abolished in 1980. I've lived in Mauritania. I know this for a fact. I've seen it with my own two eyes. So there is that. So you're making a lot of powerful points as if people refuse to engage with the continent, are they African? And your point is powerful in terms of the Africana, the Bura of South Africa. Very powerful. With the Arab in the north, it becomes problematic. You raise the point of language. The Arabic language has been in Africa before Islam. The Kahwahla Arabs of the Sudan originate in the Hijaz. They traveled across by sea. This is the Red Sea area. They used to travel into Kassala, the eastern part of Sudan, back and forth, long before Islam. So they had Arabic language there. Forget that. That's a minority. That cannot be made to stand for the whole of North Africa. The Professor Christopher Ehret, again, has taken the position that the Afro-Asiatic group of languages on one wing, think of it as a bird with two wings. On one wing is the Hamitic wing. On the other wing is the Semitic wing. But all of these languages together, Christopher Everett in the Red Sea Hills area of northeastern Sudan, southeastern Egypt. So even the Semitic languages, of which Arabic is one, they are mother of Africa. The Hamitic languages push towards the west and to the east. So a subgroup of the Hamitic languages, these words are placeholders. The Hamitic is Oro. These are a subgroup of the Cushitic, which is a subgroup of Arab and ancient Egyptian. Another one is Hausa spoken in northern Nigeria, part of the Chadic subgroup. Now, that's one wing, that's this wing. Now, this wing is the Semitic wing. That wing left through the Levant, through Palestine, Canaan, becoming Arabic, Hebrew, Aramaic, and so forth. One group of them, of the Arabic group, went south into Yemen, and returned to Africa through Ethiopia, brings Tigray, Tigrinya, and Amharic, which is the national language of Ethiopia, all derived from South Arabian. So that's what I'm saying. When you go down the rabbit hole, the idea of Arabic, not if a language all of Africa from the year 640 AD, right? More than Kawala, Kababish and others who came that way. Sister, I put it to you that if a language has been will have indigenous words in Sudan. Any Sudanese here? What is Gongolese?
It's like this white juice.
From what tree? In English. And the drink is called in Wolof tree. But it's an indigenized Arabic and Arab, Gara, and such people. But in fact, they are Arabs in place. So look how they look like you and me. They're not different in a look. Some of them look like you. The Miseria Bagara look like you. The Rezahat Bagara contradistinction to the other people, Arab. That is how Arabic in Africa, in every other way, their culture is African. The Bagara keep cows, like your people or your neighbors, the Dinka and the Nuer. They are cattle keepers. Sometimes in Bahr al-Ghazal, part of Sudan, they fight. And they steal cows from the Dinka steal cows from the rustle each other. Now, they are supposed to be Arabs, but in every part of their culture, they are Africans. Language, they speak Arabic as a mother tongue. The Bulgarian, that they say they are Arabs. So, no, but what I'm saying is, I'm trying to provide light that both of you have points. What I'm trying, you're not getting what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to say, this sister held you guys at bay with some powerful arguments, and our arguments are sound. But realize she has a scholarly mind. So I'm throwing stuff at her that she can go home and say, let me cross-examine some of this, what I've heard today. You'll hear it on the tape. What if I've made any mistakes, I would unscript it and entitled. Whatever I'm saying here is coming straight off the top of my head. Idea about some Arabs in Africa saying that they are Africa when it suits them is a point. Mauritania, the Mauritanians keep slaves. Like I said, they do it. And when yes, so don't pretend that this is us and disqualify the African nations, because to do so would be to say there's something called the prototype Asia in the continent of Asia. He looks like an Indian, so the Chinese are not because they're too fair. I can't, until I find some historical evidence that they arrived, the Berbers, wiped out the autochthonous population, the indigenous population, colonized the area, and took it over. Then I can say that this is so. What I do know, some of the whitening of their skin comes from the fact that they were some of the biggest slavers of white people. They captured, during the period after the Moors were expelled from Spain, right up to the 18th century, the Berber corsairs, pirates, captured white women, men, and children from England and Italy and the coast. And they brought so many of them there and had them for slaves. 1.2 million in about 400 that they would have whitened the population. But to me, that still does not disqualify them from the list of African peoples. The hopeless confusion has already taken place. Going into Spain, getting chucked out of Spain after 700 years to sea, making a whole bunch of white people for slaves, interbreeding with them, like what happened with us in the American plantations. There's all that history facts. The conclusions you guys have to draw yourselves on this subject as to what I'm striving at is a definition of a prototype African. I believe there's no such thing. Okay, my 2 cents? My 2 cents. There is no such thing as an African type. There are African types. They are African type. There's no prototype. I'll tell you why. When the Rift Valley occurred, some Homo sapiens grew tall because they lived on the plains. You are an exception. All your people, they average 6 foot. Your people, they're averaging the Dinka, the Nuer. You see them. So far I was wondering on an island.
I know, because I'm small.
Yes.
You see my brother 6 foot.
Exactly, I know them. However, the people on the other side of the Rift Valley in the Congo, you see what I'm going now? Same Africans. Now I'm gonna get nasty on us. He hurt us a little bit. What happened to all them Pygmoid people? The Romans met Pygmoid, placeholder. It's not a nice word. The Romans met Pygmoid peoples as far as the Niger River. The Garamantes used to sell. It's a North African tribe. They're called Tubu today. Tubu in southern Libya. Used to sell pygmies for Roman circuses. Where are they today? We tall people must have outcompeted them or them out. I don't have all that larger Pygmoid population than there exists today. They are stuck in the Cameroon forest as the Baka, the Congo forest as the Ituri Batoa, the Oi, down in South Africa, the yellow ones, the San people. Where are they? It must be at some point in our history. The same way we outcompeted Homo sapien Neanderthalis, the Neanderthal man, it seems to me the tall African outcompeted or killed the Pygmoid people. You look at a place like Rwanda, right next to the Congo. 3 ethnic groups, the very, very tall, related to you, but not the same, the Tutsi. Then the Bantoid speaking people, the Hutu. All right, the Hutu complain of genocide, and they're right. But in the Bantu expansion, The Bantu expansion started in what is today like Cameroon and eastern Nigeria. The Bantu, so they reclassified to language. Bantu is now classified as a part of the Niger-Congo languages. It's a large language group. That's why we think of the Bantu language group as separate, because it's very large. But it comes out of the Niger-Congo group. So the expansion of the Bantu is fairly recent in history. I suspect, and I don't have the facts, where the Bantu expanded, the forest parts, not the plains over in Tanzania. They expanded onto areas that were formerly populated by Pygmoid people, and we wiped them out.
So I have a question for you then, just to go back to his point of white South Africans then being classified as Africans, and if you disagree then you're racist. What's your opinion on that?
They are not Africans.
Well,
If you I want to give my opinion why. I strenuously deny them. I don't have the power to, but if I had the power to, I will tell them, I suggest you go back to Holland. Because these people identified with the land as colonizers. They brought a racist brand of Christianity called the Dutch Reformed Church, which called them Shabul al-Mukhtar. Shabul al-Mukhtar. This is, we are God's chosen people, and all those black people are slaves. They are born. God created them, the curse of Ham. They interpreted the curse of Ham and they colonized those people. So they identified with the riches of the land. Cecil Rhodes, gold, diamonds. He got 2 countries named after him. They never identified with the people. Their hope was wipe out the people. And that's why I do consider the Afrikaner, the Boer, to be an African. I do not. But I do consider them to be an African. And
Why
that
do
is
you
my
think white South Africans are Africans?
That's my point I was trying to make.
What's your point? What is it?
Because to say to be African you need to be black is wrong. Do you get my point? Because where I'm from,
No, because you called me a racist point blank period, so that's why.
No, listen,
You did call her racist.
You did.
I heard you. I
Exactly.
did hear
You
you.
called me a racist point blank
Class
period.
manager.
So I want you
No
to
problem.
make
No problem. I apologize. I apologize.
He's apologized. He
I
has
apologize,
apologized.
sister. But
Yeah.
again, as well, to say African you need to be black is wrong as well.
But
Because I'm not black, I'm fair.
Where you from?
Algeria. I'm half Algerian, half Russian Saharian. So to say that you have to be black to be African, that's off as well, you know what I mean?
Even though he says North African.
I know that there's Berber in my country.
So you're not Berber. So what? You're Arab, Berber.
I'm African, you know. Look, to be
You're not
honest,
Berber. You're not Berber.
I'm not
Muslim,
Berber.
no.
I've got family that are Berber. Yeah, I've got family that are
But you
Berber.
yourself are not Berber.
No.
So where does your heritage come from? Outside of
Outside of Africa, what do you mean? I was born in Dublin, if that's what you asked. I was born in
no,
Dublin.
you identify the people group, right? So so your people group are not Berber. That's what you're saying.
They're not, no.
So yeah. So how long have they been there for? Because the Berber is he saying that we can't find evidence of.
All right, all right, all right. So that was like epic, right? When I say that brother broke down so much info, and a lot of this info, this is a pretty old video. I don't remember from how long ago, but that actually has a lot of information. It's pertinent. It's in the chat. Where is it? Let me see here so I can highlight it for you guys. This is the link right here. So you guys can go back. I know we had a bit of an issue. We had some problems, and you guys know I actually should be having no problem with my internet. Everything's disconnected. I've disconnected the phones. I've disconnected the TVs, so it's not drawing on anything. And sure enough, it's still lagging, even with my hard connect. So you guys know it's the hate. It's the hate for me. It is definitely the hate for me. The Barbary Wars, bro said, yeah. So he discussed a lot of stuff. I don't know if you guys are interested in talking about that, but I may be back on a little bit later. I did put the link out. Nobody had any questions or wanted to comment on it, so that's fine. I guess the information was really clear. It was clear for me. I don't know if anybody questions anything that he said. I'm assuming that we are all in peace with what he spoke and that everything sounded, absolutely clear. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, we're going to get ready for our guests. Yesterday, if you didn't catch earlier, the program that I did on what's going on as far as like the truth and being revealed in this information, the falsehood and y'all lies. Man, I hope y'all can open y'all eyes up. The video that I did yesterday was completely everything on that, like factual truth, information, so on and so forth. Right now, we are going to have our special guest coming on to our platform. She just hit me. She said she has a little bit of time. I think she's like getting herself together. So we're gonna go ahead and start on a. We're gonna start on uh, getting this set up so that when she's ready, she's able to come right in. So guys, I want you guys to go right over to. Let me get the link. Go over to this link, and then you will be able to. Let me grab the link for you guys to join me over there. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this live, and then what we're gonna do is let me get the link for you guys. I'm going to end this live, and then what we're going to do, guys, is go on over there. The nurse will be joining us for this conversation. We don't know for sure how long she's going to have, but yeah, hopefully we'll be able to at least get a little bit of information that she wanted to disclose. She had a lot of things troubling her yesterday, so yeah, that's what's going on. So in about 5 minutes, guys, if you want to, you can go meet me over there. Maybe I'll just go over there, start a little early, play a little music while we wait for her to get in, so on and so forth. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do, guys. Meet me over there. Halito says Halito. Yes, he spit some info, didn't he, girl? He was in there with it. We love when these brothers got the facts and we don't have to hear all this conjuncture arguing. It's clear, it's concise, and that brother definitely spit the info. Once again, guys, if you did not catch that video's link, let me go ahead and highlight it for you guys once again. This is the link. Okay. So you can go ahead and hear it clearly. We had a little bit of issues as always. I can never get a just a peaceful live, like it's crazy. I can go on anybody else's stuff, everything be fine and dandy, and man, sure enough. But yeah, meet me over there, guys. That's the link for the next live. We will have the nurse coming over to go over all this information. So it's gonna be a little mind business. So I'll see you guys over there. Peace.